One of Florida's most eminent historians was W.T. Cash. Mr. Cash wrote a number of books, including this 4-volume history of the state called The Story of Florida. Cash worked closely at the State Library with a young archivist named Dorothy Dodd.
Mr. Cash was a wonderful person, in my opinion. He was, in physical appearance, he looked like a thorough and total idiot. I don't know whether I've told you that he walked sideways sort of like a crab. He squinted. Honestly, to have seen him, you wouldn't have thought he had good sense. One of the brightest men I ever knew in my life. And I was put in here by Sue Mahona from Jacksonville. She thought that we were going to have to be archived, and I was going to be an archivist. Well, hell, excuse me. I said I was the archivist without any archives. And
the two good friends worked closely in building the State Library. That was a second or maybe even a third career for Cash, who had served earlier as a member of both the House of Representatives and the Senate.
Basically, Mr. Cash had a most remarkable career, but he was crazy about his wife, who was Gracie Wentworth from Taylor County, and his pet name for her was Sugar Toes. I've been told that she was a beautiful young woman, rather big, black hat and so forth. Those Wentworths are quite some people down there, you know. But once when we were in the old House of Representatives chamber, the State Library was in there, and Mr. Cash went to the phone, called her up, and top of his voice, you could hear him all over the place. He says, "Sugar Toes, I got 2 things to tell you. I wrote a check for $1, and I broke the zip on my pants." I think I've told you that one.
But it really was Mr. Cash and you together that created the State Library, that built it, wasn't it?
Yes, he had the support and the respect of the legislators, and basically I had the book knowledge.
You once said you built the collection sort of by hook or by crook over here, whatever way you could get some material.
That's right. That is exactly right. I don't honestly believe that I ever actually stole anything, but sometimes people might have thought it was stealing.
Together, W.T. Cash and Dorothy Dodd built the State Library of Florida. She became the state librarian after he stepped down, and she served until her retirement in 1965. But her love affair with books and with the State Library did not end with her retirement. 20 years later, she still comes to work just about every day to work as a volunteer in the Florida collection. That collection is housed in the Dorothy Dodd room of the State Library.